Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
TFG Football is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like Geek Fruit with fellow and television geeks Tejas, Jishnu and Dinkar as they discuss the world of science fiction and nerd culture.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Hello, welcome everyone. This is the new episode of the TFG Indian Football Podcast, and joining me in the studio is Kevin, and Chiranjeev is joining us via Skype. Now, before we start talking about anything, let's wish Katsumi Yusa happy birthday. It's his birthday today. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. See? Mohan Bagan fan, you call yourself.
The Katsumi of Northeast, I would like to wish him, not a Mohan Bagan.
Well, now you're
we don't know whether he's going to Northeast United.
At least he played last season, so for last year.
Yes, he played the last season. He played last season in Mohan Bagan as well. So we'll see. Also, a very happy East Bengal Foundation Day, which was yesterday.
Oh, yes.
To my dear friends. Screw you. Yeah.
Okay, now moving on. After we are done wishing everyone, Yusa and the East Bengal fans, let's now dwell into something very important. I mean, something big that's coming up here on our podcast, TFG Indian Football Podcast. Chiranjeev, a man, spoke to Shillong Lajong's coach. Yes.
Shillong Lajong appointed a coach?
Yes. Kevin, how come you don't know and Chiranjeev knows about this? What are you doing? You forgot Thangma Singh about when you're talking about Kerala Blasters. Now
I'm looking at Kerala Blasters closely there. Shillong.
So you're following Singh though, not Shillong.
No.
Chiranjeev, we got him.
He's going to have to prove his faith pretty soon.
Exactly. We shall see that. But coming back to this coach, he goes by the name Alison Kharsyntiew. I'm sorry if I'm not taking that name right. But Chiranjeev, you were in conversation with him, and please tell us more about it.
Yeah, so Alison Kharsyntiew is one of those, early 21st century professionals that came out of Shillong. He's super young. Okay, he was playing pretty early on. He was, one of the well-known players coming out of Shillong during his high school days. And he was, I know this for a fact, he played in the same, he was actually 1 year junior to Eugene Lingdo, and they played in the same high school team for a while. Mm-hmm. And he started playing professionally as well, was hailed as one of the, big upcoming talents, but had an injury at the age of 17-18, which affected his performance a lot. So at the age of 19, he decided to give up on a playing career and started doing coaching diploma, and he joined Shillong Lajong as a coach at the age of 19.
Wow.
Okay,
great. Wow.
So and so he's been around for a decade, and with Thangboy Singh too, he has had a partnership that goes back years. Okay, he's risen from he's been through the entire transformation of the club when they just emerged in the national scene, so to speak. And he was working with Thangboy Singh throughout these years. He was taking care of the under-18 team. He was an assistant coach at the first team after Thangboy Singh took over. So he is as much as a part of the lifeblood that has flown from the academy side, the underage sides into the first team over the last few years, something that Shillong Lajong has come to be known for and respected for. He's also very much part of that system. And now that Thangboy Singh has gone to Kerala Blasters, he has been promoted as a head coach at least for the upcoming Shillong Premier League season. Yeah. So we'll see what happens before I-League, but this is a huge honor for him and a very significant development in Indian football, because at the age of 30 he's coaching a top division club. So I had the fortune to talk to him last night, and let's head into the conversation.
Yeah.
So you have been, you were a player for Shillong Lajong as well, and an early end to your career through an injury and everything. So how was the process of dealing with that? When you got the news? And what was the thought in your mind? I know it might be difficult to talk about.
About injury?
Yeah, right after when you heard that you would have to move on from playing.
After injury, I can play.
Yeah.
Okay, but the performance, my performance has gone down a bit because of the injury.
Okay.
So I think this is it will be bad for me.
Okay.
So I haven't thinking much about coaching.
Okay. Yeah.
So one day I just got in my mind okay, I want to continue the football because I love football.
Yeah.
So I can't play, but at least anything about football, no?
Yeah.
So then I thought of thinking with my parents that I would go to Calcutta and finish coaching there. My diploma in coaching in Calcutta.
Right.
So I went there and finished my diploma coaching. And straight away from there, then I get a job in Shillong Lajong.
Okay, so that was how old were you when you started in Shillong Lajong?
I was I think 19 years.
Okay, so that was a pretty early start, and yeah, I mean you've been with the club forever. And how would you characterize your partnership with Mr. Singto? I mean, you guys have worked together for years in the junior teams, all the way up to the first team. So what is your just an overall impression of him as a coach as well?
Yeah, I've learned a lot from Coach Tangboy.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a very good coach, and his man management skill is excellent. And the first thing I like about Coach Tangboy is the human being.
Yeah.
I like him as a human being, So he gives me a lot of opportunity. I've learned a lot from him, in the training. Not only on the training ground, but on and off the field. I learned a lot from him. He's a very humble coach, and it's that's thing about him. He's a good human being. And his man management skill is excellent. Yeah.
Okay, so I have seen you last season. I was in Shillong. I was just watching one of the under-18 Shillong Premier League games where you were coaching. I was just just that ground next to the main polo ground stadium. So you really get into the you seem like a very hands-on coach. You're hardly ever sitting down shouting and everything. So what is the, do you feel like a special connection to the junior teams because you have been looking after that team for a while now?
Yeah, because of putting up a players, and most players, they know me. And I know the players very well. I know their personality, I know their character. So during the game, the connection between me, the players, and sometimes the players are not working, are not up to the mark. So from the sideline, I just try to push them.
Yeah.
Just try to motivate and push them. So that they will get a feeling they also will work hard in the game.
Yeah.
It's just that I always want a player keep on thinking, to keep on working on the ground.
Yeah.
So from the sideline, I always try to give them motivation. I just try to encourage them.
So you have, out of your youth setup, we have seen two players getting a chance in the national team camp recently, Chinglen Sana and Isaac. So what is your impression of these two players after working with them for a few years?
Yeah, both of them they are very good players. And both of them, they have good tactical intelligence.
Yeah. And
both players are good in technique. But the most important thing is both of them, they are professional.
Yeah.
They take care of themselves. That's why they reach that top level, because they take care of themselves. And because of passion. And because they work very hard. That's the only thing.
Yeah. So
it's been great for me to be working with them.
Yeah, and after having that crew together for a long time, this has been a year of change, right? So many players left for ISL draft, and Coach Thangboy has also gone to Kerala Blasters. Does the club setup feel a bit different now because they have been around for such a long time?
Yeah, the team now, most of the players have gone to ISL.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we still have some senior players, maybe like Shamala, they have 13. We have Mona. We still have Aaron Gary.
Yeah.
We still have second goalkeeper from last year, Purva.
Yeah.
We still have 5, 7 seniors.
Yeah.
And under 18 team now, group under 18 group, which we will promote. They're also good players.
Okay.
They're also good players. So it'll be very challenging for those under 18 players, but I think they will be ready for the challenge.
So do you think in the upcoming Shillong Premier League, after winning like for 2 years, Shillong Lajong were almost like hardly any competition. I mean, it was a pretty dominant performance over the last 2 seasons. So this is going to be tougher than last 2 years because you lost so many players.
Yeah, it'll be tougher because, like I said, like they promote most of the under 18 boys. It'll be the first for them, like playing with the senior team.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I think the players are ready. I'm as a coach, I'm ready.
Yeah.
We're ready for the challenge. We'll try to perform well, and then hopefully we'll try to win the league.
Okay, so do you feel any extra pressure because Coach Thangboy was there for a long time and he gave consistent results and he was such a big personality, in terms of and you every time you looked at the dugout you knew that you could feel his presence, and now you are stepping up at such a young age. And you will be, fulfilling his responsibilities. So, is there a pressure that you have big shoes to fill?
I believe, for myself, there's no pressure. Okay.
Okay.
Because I've been working with Coach Thangboy for a long time, so maybe I understand the system. But there's no pressure for myself. I'm just ready for any change. I know it's going to be tough, but we try to work out on the weakness and we try to get over it and do well. But for myself, there's no pressure at all.
So, are you? So what's the thought process that's going on in the club? Usually you see Shillong Lajong or most of the Shillong clubs, the main squads, the first teams that we see in Shillong Premier League, they're very young, and lots of local kids come into play. And so. Is it going to be similar in the I-League? Is it still going to be that young crew that will go into the top division?
Our team.
Yeah. I mean, will it be mostly? Are you thinking about using most of the Shillong Premier League squad in I-League, or will there be significant changes?
Yeah, in the I-League, some of the good boys from other teams will promote to the I-League. Like I said from before, you still have to sit on new players.
Okay.
From last year. And maybe in the league, maybe with added up with some foreigners.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our plan, yeah.
So, just talking about foreigners, we just heard the ruling from AIFF today that I-League clubs will have 6 foreigners, and Shillong Lajong is a club that has. You've brought in some really good foreign strikers as well over the few years, but Lajong has always been known for its young Indian squad that has played such a vital role in its success. So how do you see this new decision that there will be 2 more foreigners in the squad from now on?
At the moment, we haven't discussed about foreigners. Okay. So. I haven't discussed about foreigners.
So you are okay with this?
About the 6 foreigners?
Yeah, the increasing foreigners in the squad.
6 foreigners?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with this, but maybe if it's 5, it should be okay. Maybe 4 will play in the game will be okay because it gives more time for the Indian players to play.
Okay. All right. So, Coach, thank you so much for talking to us. I won't, keep you for long. So, best of luck. I think your first game is in 2 days, right?
No, it's on the 7th. That is on
the 7th. Oh yeah, on the Monday. It's the 3rd match day, I think. So yeah. Best of luck for the game, and hope wish you all the success in SPL and I-League.
Well, there you heard it. Was a great conversation out there, and you're listening it only on the TFG Indian Football Podcast. Yeah, just acting like those news channels would do that.
Breaking.
You heard it here, right here, on our show first.
So Shillong Lajong is a team which does not just promote players from the junior level to the sub-juniors and
disclaimer
even
coming
higher.
in. Kevin's talking about Shillong.
They also promoting coaches.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
This is not the first time they've done this.
Yes, so Singto also comes up to the same way, and this is actually like a hierarchy. This becomes like a family. You know
Passing
where,
on the baton.
You know where you can aim, and you stay there, and that's your reward.
So Kevin, are we going to see you there?
Yes.
By the way, if in the I-League he's also kept as a head coach, he's gonna be the youngest head coach to ever coach
I was coming to that. Yeah,
Ever.
Yeah, 30 years old. That's crazy. That's insane. Because when I still remember when Pep was appointed as the head coach, he was hailed as the youngest, throughout, because he was 38, and now this man comes around 30. So I think, there you go, one more. So Kevin, are you looking at
Yeah, I'm
Shillong?
just 2 years past Alison. It's not too late for me to even start dreaming.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. And hopefully dreams come true. So keep dreaming, Kevin.
Yeah.
Moving on, let's come back to some reality now after having some great dreams. Ruidas issue, right? It's still going on. It's been, I don't know why it's been extended for no reason. It's a bad light on the federation, on the team, on the player himself. So Chiranjit, what are the new updates? Now FPAI has come out and said that they stand with the player. AIFF has intervened. What's going to happen? The mess just gets messier.
So the IFA, which is the West Bengal footballing body, was initially looking into this, and what they did was, we covered this in one of the past episodes. They called for 2 meetings, and East Bengal turned up, and this guy, Abinash Ruidas, did not turn up. He just made give different reasons on both occasions. So when at a hearing you don't turn up, obviously the ruling is gonna be for the other party, right? So that's what happened. They said because East Bengal have the token, and Ruidas did not turn up to actually make a counterpoint. So let's say, like, because they have the token, they get to sign him for this season, and they have also sent the contract paper to a handwriting expert to determine whether the signature is actually forged, as Ruidas alleges. So a lot depends on that report. If that report says the signature is fake, then East Bengal are in trouble. If it says that it's real, then Ruidas is in trouble. So, but at the same time, this is where things get a little bit patchy. Right after East Bengal approached IFA about this thing, about Ruidas' contract, Ruidas went and made a complaint to AIFF that East Bengal had forged his signature. So now AIFF have formed a 6-member committee to look into the matter, and now there is a tussle between IFA and AIFF over who has the jurisdiction over this matter. Now technically, East Bengal are a club out of Calcutta that's registered with IFA primarily. Through that, they participate in AIFF competitions, and even the players have to register with their local association. So Ruidas is also registered with IFA. So IFA is saying this is between a club and a player, which is under my jurisdiction. So I should look over this.
Okay.
But he was Ruidas was in the ISL draft, and Mumbai City has been was the one to pick up.
Yeah.
So they have become one of the interested parties in this process. But if it's under IFA, Mumbai City don't even get involved. So I'm pretty sure the IMG Reliance and the ISL organizers would prefer if this was looked at by AIFF, and AIFF disciplinary committee is saying, hey, he sent a complaint to us, and this is between there's an ISL team involved, there's an I-League club involved, and there's a player who plays in the top division. He's also involved in this, so we should be looking at this. So now let's see who ultimately comes up with the final decision. I think in the end, the AIFF Disciplinary Committee and the Players Status Committee, total 6 people from those 2 committees have formed this investigative committee/team, or whatever you want to call it. Whatever they decide will stand. But for now, it seems advantage East Bengal, because IFA has primarily ruled in their favor, and that was complete like a walkover given by Abinash Ruidas by not turning up.
Yeah, well, things are just getting messy, It's a high time that we get some final solution to this. It'll be better for everyone, the player, the teams involved, and the federation, and everyone. We'll finally have a conclusion to this. So moving on with staying with I-League, things are just getting worse everywhere. Except I think today's show, except that interview bit, I don't think anything else looks a little better, because now I-League has decided, it's official now, decided to have 6 foreigners in their squad and 5 of them will play on the field. Where are we heading to? Just when we want people to know your Indian players better, and just when we are promoting Indian football, why are we getting more foreigners? Just because we want to match up to the other tournament that's happening at the same time? That's ridiculous. Kevin?
Yeah, it's a shame, these two, just a handful of clubs who wanted this have got it their way. Most of the clubs that opposed, that did not want the number of foreigners in the squad to not go up from 4 to any other number. But now it's already gone up to 6. And this is strange. Why are we here to talk about Indian football? We want everyone to know about their own homegrown players. We talk about young generation, the under 17. Why not stick to that? Why not understand what AFC has said for all the nations that are playing in the continental tournament? Let's keep it to 4 and get on with that. Why do you want to even add that glamour and
even
take
I-League,
away?
if you're playing, say, 5 on the pitch, again when you you're qualified for AFC, you have to come back to 4, right? I don't know where
it
you're
is.
heading
It
to.
is. Yeah. Why not just keep that in mind? It's going to be 4 anyway. The aim is not there. Again, for me, it's just adding to the glamour and being at the local level to get in that crowd watching you. It's people don't watch it for the sake of foreigners. We want the Indian football to grow, and this is not the way to go about it. It's a shame for me, really.
So, one thing Kevin has pointed out, that the clubs who said, we want more foreigners, they thought they were, adding more glamour to the league. But this is not actually glamour. This is a perception of glamour. Because the glamour comes from when you sign somebody who was ex-Barcelona or ex-Real Madrid, ex-Manchester United, somebody who's a recognizable name. And maybe that person is old, but still that name has a certain amount of celebrity attached to it. But the kind of foreign players we see in the I-League, they don't come in with previous name recognition. They come here, they play well, then they become popular with the fans, and that's how they become celebrities. They don't come in with ready-made glamour attached to their names. So it's a wrong thing to even imagine, and this is a lack of foresight on the I-League club's part. And basically 3 clubs asked for it: East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, and Churchill Brothers. So they do not realize that adding just a few extra foreigners is not gonna do shit, because the actual glamour of ISL, and I'm calling this, they're just trying to mimic the ISL rather blindly here. So the glamour of ISL comes in with players who are celebrities and the incessant promotion of the tournament. Like in 7-8 channels, you just see ads flashing all over the place. I-League is not going to get 10% of that. So you're not going to get any glamour out of just increasing foreigners, and you are de-emphasizing the role Indian players have to play. So this is horrible PR. So I spoke to one of the representatives of one of the clubs who actually wanted this, and they said it's about just matching up to ISL, because in the ISL draft, IMG Reliance outpriced all I-League clubs and took most of the prominent players in the country. So they're now in ISL. I-League clubs have lost all of those players. So they want the extra foreigners make up for some of that lost talent, especially because there may be a Super Cup happening at the end of the season, and ISL teams will play I-League clubs, and they want to be competitive in that. But the problem that comes with that is that there's a sheer lack of foresight. I mean, you could have kept 4 foreigners in I-League clubs and said that, just like in AFC, if you want to play in Super Cup, you just get to play 4 foreigners. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did not. ISL and I-League clubs could just go with 4 foreigners each into the Super Cup. I don't think anybody would, in the end, throw much of a wrench in that idea. And then you could be competitive. And maybe you would have a bit of an extra advantage because you would be playing with 4 foreigners all season, while the ISL teams will have to readjust to having 4 foreigners because they have 8 foreigners in the squad as of now. So, and just think about Aizawl FC. They are going to play in Asia. There's already a huge amount of cost that's coming in with infrastructure upgradation and everything else. They'll have to already pay a lot more for quality foreigners just to be competitive in that stage. So you are just putting more burden on them and all these other clubs who are already struggling financially if you're going to increase the number of foreigners in the league. So, yeah, I mean, one of the episodes we were discussing this, Kevin pointed out that, these clubs are simply trying to outprice the other clubs as well. I mean, what ISL has done to I-League clubs by taking away the Indian talent, these 3 I-League clubs are trying to do the same to other clubs by increasing the number of foreigners, thereby forcing everybody to increase the budget. Yeah. So they're trying to like show their money power in their own limited way within the league. So in the end, it's not going to benefit anybody. It's complete selfishness from these 3 clubs. And actually, this is this is not fully verified, but from one of the people who was at the meeting where this was proposed, before this went to the executive committee. It was apparently when East Bengal, Mohun Bagan and Churchill Brothers made the proposal that, just increase it to 8, just have the same number, same thing. ISL has 8, we'll have 8 and 5 on the pitch. Make it the same with everybody. So apparently some of the AIFF officials asked for a show of hands. Who is in favor and who is not in favor? Okay, and not one hand went up saying we are not in favor of this. Okay, and we had representatives of Minerva Punjab, Chennai City, Aizawl FC, Shillong Lajong have actually been neutral in this. We'll come back to that later. But the same people who days later came out and said this is bad, and they are right, I agree with that. At that point, they did not put up a fight against this, which is why the proposal went to AIFF Executive Committee in the first place. Okay, so I don't know what that is happening. I don't know what kind of power these 3 big clubs have over the others and why they got this through without a fight, but that was not very smart either. Okay, if you really wanted to keep the number of foreign players down to 4, put up a fight from the very beginning. Okay, let's see how these things go up. I mean, I'm pretty sure they put up a fight later on, which is why the executive committee did not say 8 foreigners; they said 6. Out of which 2 have to be from AFC countries. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's the Indian players who suffer because of this in the end. Yeah. Because the system is going to have more foreigners in both leagues. So yeah, this is a transition period, and you're just going to see the clubs trying things out, because this is where the chaos comes from. Everything is trial and error. Okay, we have a shorter season because of Under-17 World Cup. Let's try having a parallel league. We can't get rid of franchisee fees. Okay, 2-3 clubs from I-League come into ISL and call that a half merger or whatever it is, restructuring. So everything is based on trial and error, and this is just another instance of that. In this case, it's not coming from AIFF or IMG Reliance. It's coming from 3 clubs who have time and again proven to be completely incapable of thinking long term. Okay, Churchill Brothers, East Bengal, Mohun Bagan. None of them have foresight.
I think in the end, it's the federation who has to take the call, and it's the federation who has to understand where this needs to be taken. The point about glorifying foreigners and having them play before Indian players itself shows you that the federation really is thinking clear about how they want to take the proposed merger and things. At least in the short term. That for me, that is a failure from the federation part, not some domination or an extravagant demand from the clubs. The federation knows the best. Clubs come and go. Federation is someone who talks about the growth of the country.
Exactly. Federation is picking its battles. Because it knows, when the merger happens, who's gonna out of I-League. Bengaluru FC have already gone into ISL. And when the merger happens, they're going to only look at East Bengal and Mohun Bagan to jump from I-League to ISL. Okay, they're not going to think about what Aizawl FC is doing, what Shillong Lajong is doing, or what Chennai City is doing. So they are just going by appeasing the ones that matter. Clubs can come and go, but these are the ones that that are gonna stay. They have already made their mind up about that. And also, so ISL teams are
and also about just came to my mind about the Super Cup idea. It's a total rubbish idea by the fact that you have a league that allows 8 foreigners and a league that allows 5 foreigners, and you're allowing them to compete for something. That itself is totally unfair. It's a rubbish idea. I don't know who comes up with that, and I hope we know who comes up with that, obviously. That's a stupid question to ask. But it's vague that these things fall through and they even be accepted by everyone. It's strange.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a shitty thing right now, as in when we're looking forward to something nice and then something falls and says, here, have more shit. It's like that. More shit falls on you and like, damn it. So yeah, I hope on-field action or whatever, now we know how it's going to be, but let's hope the on-field action does not keeps us intact and keeps us, in love with the game and the way it's going on in our country. Especially. So hope you enjoyed the show. We had a lot of stuff happening. Hope you enjoyed the interaction also with the Shillong Lajong coach. Have a great day, folks. If you're listening to us on YouTube, then please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get updated for a new episode. Leave your thoughts below in the comments section. Let us know about this ridiculous step, because we think it's ridiculous. If you have anything to say, do write up there. And you can also listen to us on Audioboom, SoundCloud, iTunes, and various other podcasting apps. You can also follow us or talk to us directly on Twitter, Chiranjit Oja, Boza _Kevin, Suju Matthew 94. Do follow the TFG Twitter handle, TFG Football. Have a great day, folks. Enjoy. Come back to us tomorrow because we're a daily show. Bye-bye.
That was Tantrik Steve from Hansraj College, Delhi, performing at IIT Bombay's Mood Indigo. Just like them, there's a lot of new talent and art coming out of colleges all across India, but unfortunately most of this goes completely unnoticed or ignored. To fix this, we started ATKT.in. Hi, I'm Ankar, I'm a musician and a rapper, and I found that one of the best things about being an artist myself is finding new talent. Through ATKT.in, Tanya, my colleague who's a dancer, and our whole team really is putting all of our efforts into discovering and promoting all the coolest talent that's coming out of colleges all across India. And this goes up on our website, our social media, TV, radio, and now, of course, this podcast with IVM. Make sure you go to our website, support the talent with your likes, your shares, your comments. All of that really matters. Go ahead, check it out. ATKT.in.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Sorry to say, but there's been a slight delay due to the apocalypse having suddenly begun. As you can see, there's death, destruction, and chaos taking place all around us. But don't you worry, food and drinks will be served shortly, and I would recommend checking out
IVM Podcasts
to catch some of your favorite Indian podcasts. We'll keep you going till this whole thing blows over. Thank you.